I'm Dr. Kimberly Manning.
And this is Dr. Ashley McMullen. And you're listening to the Human Doctor Podcast, where we explore the human side of medicine, along with teaching, living, learning, and all things in between. Using the power of storytelling, conversation, and connectedness.
Hey, we're two dope academic internal medicine doctors, but we ain't your doctors. So if you perceive anything we say here as medical advice, no, it ain't that. Also, the things we say, they only reflect our brilliant Black woman magic mind and not our employers.
You could have been anywhere, y'all, but you chose to be here with us, and we appreciate you. Let's go.
Oh, look at us.
Mm-hmm.
Just dipping out. Don't even tell people we about to be gone. And just, you open up your podcast service, whatever you use, and here you go. A new episode.
Hopefully y'all trust us enough by now to know we ain't just gonna leave you hanging, but sometimes life's and we just gotta go. But we gonna come back. Either way, I'm excited for us to reunite.
And it feels so good.
Yes.
Somebody missed that.
Run it back. Y'all get it.
I feel like somebody really did miss that, but that's funny. All right. So what's up, sis?
What's up? It's so much. I was just like, let me start with my number. Because I'm gonna give it a 5.
Ooh.
This morning. I don't give out a lot of 5s, but it's a 5 this morning.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. For so many reasons. I mean, I have been on the move since y'all last heard me, since you last saw me in DC. Had a great experience at SGIM, or SGIM as I like to refer to it. And from there, I got to travel up the East Coast, or up and down the East Coast, from DC to Philly. Shout out to Destiny and Maya for hosting me.
Hey, Destiny. Hey, Maya. I haven't met you, but hey, girl.
Up to Boston. Shout out to my friend Korean for hosting me there. And then over to New York, where I got to link up with another close friend, Edith, and hang out for a day with my brother David before we caught a flight over to London, and got to spend, I can't even remember, was it 4 or 5 incredible days with my big brother, just hanging out in a way that we really haven't got to that much as adults. And it was a really special and spontaneous trip, but also just another chapter in the sabbatical season. And I'm just continuing to lean into being present with the folks that matter to me. And it's been really transformative. So I'm so grateful. And then along with that, the traveling grace, so far, I've got a few more trips left, but there have been no hiccups. Got back to Houston, which is where I am now. And just soaking up more time with family before I finally get back on the West Coast. So I'm a very full 5.
Wow. That's like a world tour. You've been all over the place. Including before that, you went to Australia. Just ought to do the doggone thing. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So I didn't go that many places, but I've been a couple places since we last talked to each other. We were last together in the nation's capital, and had a great time at SGIM, which, sidebar, our episode before our SGIM episode, where we were talking about our favorite SGIM meetings, SGIM meetings. I got an email from Frances Jetton from SGIM, and she was like, I loved that episode so much. It made me so happy. But you have to think, like, when you're somebody that's planning these meetings, just to have somebody like chronicle what they loved about what is really kind of like your baby. It's got to feel like a gift. So, shout out to all of the people behind the scenes at SGIM, Francis, all the staff, but also at all of these academic meetings that happen. Just shout out to all of the people who are the weight-bearing pillars that allow these things to take place. We get on stages, we get mic'd up and all that stuff, but there's a lot that goes on beforehand. So I was really touched that she I got to listen to that because I didn't even really think that she did. But
Yeah,
okay,
that's
but
so
back,
cool.
yes, but back to my travels too.
Yeah.
Even though it's lesser, after I will say, let me give my number. My number is I'm a 4.9.
Mhm.
It's got to leave a little room for cream. I'm on the hospital service right now. There's that first day on the hospital service, you didn't admit the patients, so you trying to like figure it all out, and that's always kind of lumpy for me at
Mhm.
first. But great team, everything's going great. Okay, so as you know, I love it when a plan comes together, and I will tell you that I have had a plan come together like a puzzle and every piece fit in, and you are like, hallelujah.
Let's go.
So, I went to the SGIM meeting on a Wednesday day rather. Everything I had to do at SGIM had to take place on Thursday. So that morning I did something, that afternoon I did something. My last workshop ended at 5:45. Walked out of my workshop, got my bag out of the room, went to the airport, caught my flight back to Atlanta because the following day was our medical school commencement at 9 a.m. And I was there for that medical school commencement. Sidebar in that, which I think you saw, but you will appreciate even more, is that one of my advisees, Dr. Jada Keith, has a big, beautiful, luscious 4C natural that is big like Mahalia is. I don't know the name of
Mhm.
her hair. I don't know if we've named her hair, but she has a big, she was like, I'm wearing my big afro twist out. But as you know, at graduation, you got to wear your tam on your head.
Mhm.
So the day before graduation, she says to me, my dream would be for you when I get hooded. Because what they do is we have the dean put the hood over your shoulders, and then your advisor straightens it out in front of you and hugs you.
Oh,
She was like, it would be so dope if you crowned me.
okay.
You saw this, didn't you? Did you
I
see this?
didn't see this.
Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to send you the clip.
Please.
So, so I said, you know what? There is not a rule that says we cannot crown somebody at graduation. Now, after this year, it's going to be a rule. And I said, if you're serious, I do it. She was like, what? Are you serious? Now, if you know Jada or Keith, you know, she down for some shenanigans. And if you know me, I'm down for some shenanigans.
Yes.
But also, she's a very good student who was held in high esteem at the medical school. Because it can't be all those things got to line up together. So I said, okay, well, I don't know where you're gonna get a crown, but I would do it. So when I get there that morning, she gives me this crown, okay? And I'm wearing regalia. So I take the crown and I put it on the crook of my elbow. And literally, for the entire graduation, I have this crown on the crook of my elbow for the entire graduation. This particular year, because it's not my advisor year is the odd years.
Mhm.
She got a master's degree, so she was off cycle. So I was only hooding two students. So Jada was the second of two students I would be hooding. So it was like the perfect like setup.
Yep.
So what I told her was, I think if you take your tam off, administration is going to tell you to put it back on. But when we get to graduation, there was a student who was wearing a wreath of flowers on her head instead of her tam, and nobody had asked her to take it off. So we just kind of like, but she was mostly wearing her tam. But then, like when they got up to line up to go, I saw that she left her tam on the seat.
Mm.
And what I told her is, I said, look, when you start walking up to me, if you see me kind of dancing, that means I'm going to do it. If I am standing completely still and I look like square, that means I don't think that this is a good idea. They called her name and I was doing this.
You're dancing, y'all.
I was dancing. Oh my God, it was so epic. So she walks up, they say her name. Dr. Ely, our executive dean, puts the hood over her. And I turn to look, she turns to face me. And what I do is I fluff her afro out with my hand,
Mm,
start
mm.
fluffing her hair up. And then I look her up and down and I just shake my head, drop my hand, down into my hand falls the crown. I lift it up with a snap and put it on her head and the whole room erupted. It
Oh
was-
my
And
God.
she just did like this and then like put her head up like let me crown her and then I
Mhm.
took a step back and then I curtsied to her and she walked off. It was sick.
Ugh.
It was sick. And it all happened very fast.
Mhm.
The best part though is that one of my colleagues who was on the stage, so there's the audience, but then there's the stage where the faculty advisors sit. So one of the advisors was filming from the vantage point of the stage. So you can see the crowd's reaction. It is nuts. It's so stupid. So, okay. Golly, I done went off on a tangent. I'm so sorry. I'm supposed to be telling, okay, I'm gonna have to tell the other part fast. So then I go through graduation. That was on Friday. And then on Saturday, Zachary, my youngest son, and I took a mommy son trip to London also.
Mhm.
Our trip was through the lens of the Beatles because my son is a big Beatles fan, and so am I. So we went to London and then we took a day trip to Liverpool where we saw Penny Lane and where we saw Strawberry Fields Forever. And we saw the home where John Lennon grew up and all the haunts. And then we just walked around and hung out. And it was terrible weather when we arrived. And like God just smiled on the day. Like it was like clear blue skies, beautiful.
Mm.
Met some lovely people there. And then back in London, we saw all the sights, saw all the Beatles things. So it was really good. And then I came back and then spent a few days at home and then just got back from the University of Pittsburgh,
That's right.
where I was their commencement speaker at Pitt Med. So to Yins at in Pittsburgh who allowed me to come there, I sure appreciate y'all. Um, and now I'm back and on the hospital service. I love it when a
Man,
plan comes together, man. Oh, and then like what? After I got back from London, I went to the Dave Matthews Band concert with my
oh,
brother, my sister, and my family.
I love that you and your siblings have been held steadfast in this Dave Matthews
Let's be clear.
like fandom.
Let me be clear now.
Hmm.
My brother and my younger sister, they are Dave Matthews Band super fans.
Okay.
I am super fans of Jolie and of Will. Let's be clear.
Hmm.
But for whatever reason, whenever I do go to a Dave Matthews Band concert, and he has a stupid catalog, it's got so many songs, I always somehow look out and he plays a song that means a lot to us. There's a song called The Best of What's Around. There's a line in it where it says, turns out not where, but who you're with that really matters.
Yeah.
And hurts not much when you're around.
Mm.
And that song is a song that always makes me think of Deanna.
Yeah.
Because right after she died, the four of us were supposed to go to a DMB concert together, and she passed away, but we decided to go to the concert anyway.
Mm.
And the concert was literally the tour was called the Best of What's Around tour. So every time I hear the song, I basically it used to be on my running playlist, and I would be crying too bad. So, but this time, I didn't cry. I was just happy to hear it.
So divine.
Yeah,
And
turns out not what, but not where,
who,
but who you're with. Really
yeah.
matters.
And also just like, one of the things that I appreciated about, this last leg was just like how lucky it feels to be friends with my siblings.
Hmm.
And, my big brother in particular. I mean, Like we could have done anything and had a good time, but we got to do that. And
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, you need to at some point listen to the best of what's around. Because even if you're not a Dave Matthews Band, the lyrics to that, it's a word. I mean, it's this one part that says, and if you hold on tight to what you think is your thing, you may find you're missing all the rest. And I'm like, like, and our thing, right, is, the left, right, left of being doctors. It's not taking a sabbatical. It's not taking one of your kids to Europe. It's not
Mhm.
ping-ponging around the country. It's not a lot of things. It's not a tattoo on your shoulder when you're a doctor. It's not an afro. It's not this. It's not.
Yeah.
But, if you hold on tight to what you think is your thing, you may find you're missing all the rest. And that's for those of us who see something that's different than us. And it's not really for you always to understand what somebody's doing. Just be open.
You always make the best of what's around. I'll tell you that.
We do make the best of what's around. Yeah.
And what's even better is that we jumped on this call not sure who or what was was happening, what story was, whose turn it was, but you stepped up to the plate
I
because
did.
in my mind I was like, I think it's me, but I'm gonna just see what
Ah!
happens. So I am so grateful to you for
Ah!
bringing us back from your office at Grady after having been on a whirlwind tour from DC to London, up to Pitt, and everything in between. But the thing you always have ready is a story and the wisdom behind it. And I am eternally grateful. So I know you had a story, but whether or not you had a what to go with it,
I have a what too.
okay.
Look at your
See,
girl.
look, you ready,
Hey,
man.
I'm ready. That's because I'm on awards. I've got to be thinking fast.
Mm-hmm.
So the what is automatic.
Automatic. Okay.
Automatic.
Systematic.
Hydromatic. I'm sorry, but automatic. Somebody missed that too. Um, what comes to mind when somebody says automatic?
Something that's on repeat, like a reflex. There's not a lot of cognition put into it. It's just like you could do that in your sleep.
Yep. That thing just gonna happen whether you paying attention or not.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's good for stuff to be automatic, right?
Yep.
All right. So I thought about this story because I think this is perfect timing for people who are about to start residency and who are about to start new jobs to take you back to something that I experienced back in the day. So in 1996, I graduated
Ooh,
from medical school. Yep,
okay.
despite my youthful glow.
Yes, and it is glowing.
Thank you. Ting. Um, maybe about 3 weeks after I graduated, my dad packed me up and we went from Nashville to Cleveland.
Mm, okay.
And it was fantastic. When we got up there, my dad helped me move in. In fact, every move I made up until I got married, my father always came and moved me everywhere I went, even if I was moving across town. And, my dad came and moved me. And this was no different. So, the beautiful thing about those moves and that time with my dad is that he would always stay with me for like a week. It wasn't like he'd drop me off and just bounce. He would be
Mm-hmm.
like, help me get set up. We'd be putting stuff together. We'd be, doing the little run to, the little store to get all the little stuff you need for your house and all this stuff. And it was great. And in that time frame, though, I had my orientation started, but my dad was still in town. And I had a great aunt that was living there and some cousins. So, my dad, was able to find some things to do with his time and everything. But I remember getting there on the day that you get your badges made, and
Mm-hmm.
we just do the very initial onboarding stuff. And while I was in that, there was this part where we went and we were putting everything in to get our checks. So you could either do it as they're going to give you a check, or you could do direct deposit, which will automatically be deposited into your bank. And I had never had anything, automatically deposited or directly deposited. So I went to a phone and called my dad, and I was like, what do I do? And he was like, Leah, let him, you don't want to have to go to the bank every time. No, no, let him do that. I was like, okay, cool. Hung up and just kind of went back to everything. And then there's this paperwork thing they have us filling out, and they say, so we have this thing called the Public Employees Retirement Service. They call it PERS, for short. They're like, we can take money out of your check every single month or every 2 weeks or whatever, and it will go to this fund. And if you decide to stay here, it'll be something that could benefit you in the future. But if not, you will get it back in the form of a check. And it'll be nice to get a little check at the end. So the majority of my classmates were like, oh, hell no. Give me
Give me
all
all
my
my money.
money. Because
Yeah.
first of all, this is back when we were making 20 something thousand dollars. Like we made like $28,000. It was hardly nothing. So people were like, give me all my coins.
Hmm.
So because I was in the habit of asking my daddy everything and he was still in town, I didn't know what to do. I just knew that my dad always said, like, things that go away without you seeing them, you don't miss them. So
Mm.
I called my daddy and I was like, Daddy, they got this thing, but I'm 99% sure I'm not going to stay in Cleveland. My dad said, anytime somebody wants to take something out of your check before taxes, the answer is yes.
Mm.
And I was like, really? He was like, yeah, because they were going to do it before taxes. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, I'm telling you, you'll be better off. You won't miss it. You won't even know it's gone. You won't, whatever that little amount is. Okay. So I checked the box and boom, purrs start coming up out of my account. I don't miss it because I'm broke as a joke anyway. It don't matter. So whatever. So that is 1996. 97, 98, 99, 2000 go by. And then I get asked to be chief resident, which then put me there for a fifth year.
Hmm.
I had gotten a job at Grady Hospital. I was supposed to leave Metro Health on June 15th for my final day, but I was chief resident still, and I got asked to cover the wards for 2 weeks at the end of June. I was beyond pissed because I was supposed to be finishing, so I had to move my finish date a little bit later.
Hmm.
Pissed. So instead of finishing on June the 15th, that made my date June like the 24th or something like that. Pissed. I'm still mad.
I know. I could still I could feel it. It's still there.
And it was just that like we didn't have a Jeopardy system. So like if some attending decided to go on a sabbatical, this is literally what happened. Somebody went on a sabbatical and
How dare they?
how dare they? But they didn't plan like you did. And the
Hmm.
workaround was the chief resident is going to do your 2 weeks of inpatient.
That's so foul.
Yes. So salty, salty, salty me. I am pissed. And I do the 2 weeks and I get through it. And they got somebody to cover the last couple days so that I could move. And so on like June the 24th or 25th, I leave Cleveland. Now, when I closed everything out. I closed this, that, whatever. And they said, yeah, your check for PERS, you're going to get the PERS check, the Public Employee Retirement Service Program check with what you've put into it, which I was like, oh, that's great. Okay, groovy. And over that time period, I had amassed about 12,000 and something dollars, which was
Man.
a pretty little penny if you
Hmm.
just out of residency and you ain't got no money. That's good money right now, right?
Yeah. Tax-free
Well,
dollars.
correct. In 2001, that's good money too.
Hmm.
So, of course, I do what I always do. I call my daddy and I'm like, Daddy, I got $12,500. And he was like, oh, yeah, we're going to call the financial planner and we're going to put that in a Roth and da. You know what? He had a whole plan for the money. So I meet with this financial planner and I have this plan that I got this money coming and we're going to figure out what to do with it. But initially, my initial thought was, "Oh, I'm gonna spend it." He was like, "No, no, no. We gonna invest it." So I was about maybe a week into my first week at Grady Hospital. I started at Grady around like toward mid to end of July. I get a call from the financial planner. He's like, hey, I want to talk to you about this money that you had coming from Ohio. And I was like, yes, sir. He was like, yeah. Now tell me, what was the amount that you said it was going to be? I said it was 12,498. I looked it up. I was like, that's what it is. He was like, huh, that is not what I have here. So my immediate thought is, God damn it, they
They
did.
messed up.
They took my taxes out. He gonna tell me it's 7,200 and whatever. Guess what it was? It was $25,000.
Damn.
And let me tell you what happens. The Ohio Public Employee Retirement Service, and I don't even know if it still exists, at the hospital where I worked, on the fifth year, the anniversary of your fifth year as an employee,
They match.
they match the entire
Let's
thing.
go. Oh my
And
God.
it not one point did anybody ever tell me that. And I was supposed to finish on June the 15th. But when I got forced to stay, it brought me into the fifth year because my first day there was like June 17th, 1996.
Mm.
I mean, if I hadn't been there, I would not believe this story. I was like, this is an error. So I was like, I think there's been an error. And I don't want to be in a situation where I'm taxed or having to pay something else.
Yep.
They're like, well, your start date was June 17th, 1996, and your completion date was June 24th, 2001. That's 5 years. So you made it by a few days. So yeah, no, they matched it
Mm.
automatically. It's automatic. They automatically match it on year five.
Mm. So I hung up that phone real quick.
Bro, I was like, what? So, to the people that are like starting residency and doing
Mm.
different things, number one, like if there is something that somebody's going to take out of your account pre-tax, go on and let them do it. You know, those health benefit flex accounts, you got little kids, daycare things that you can get taken out beforehand. Like, look, but if somebody has some type of retirement program, find out the logistics.
Hmm.
Because I was fighting to finish on the 15th. And finally, they were just like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Lo and behold.
Lo and behold, basically, I didn't even get paid for that extra time on wards, but it ended up being like I got paid $12,000. I love
Look,
when a plan comes
I was
together.
about to say, but particularly the plans that you didn't even think to create.
Woo!
That's something bigger. I
Plans
love.
to prosper you. Come
Yes.
on,
Amen.
for I know the plans. Ooh,
Okay, come on, Jeremiah. We
come on, Jeremiah. Somebody missed that. Woo, honey,
2911.
baby,
Mm.
baby. I was like, what? Wait, what? They're like, yeah, it's automatic. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it.
I love this story because we don't talk a lot about personal finance.
Yep.
I think about this a lot for myself because when I'm hearing, particularly your relationship with your dad, the fact that you could pick up the phone and like have someone to tell you what to do, because a lot of us didn't have that growing up.
Yep.
And I think that's kind of what we see, especially if we see folks in our family struggling financially, is that, the ticket to wealth is a bigger paycheck.
Yep.
And really it's, being prudent with your money and investing it.
Hmm.
And that's something I didn't really learn until after residency.
Right.
And I am lucky that I had the time and space to really kind of do that work of educating myself, which I really encourage everybody to do.
Yep.
Like get a book, get a podcast, like, everybody needs that higher level of financial literacy.
Yep.
Especially when we're transitioning, like, we're just so used to being broke. We're not even thinking that far ahead in the future.
Yep.
I mean, unless you come from that type of wealth, but for some of us, that's not the case. And so I love the idea of being able to, project that voice for any, upcoming or future residents,
Yeah.
take a look at your stuff, especially in residency. There's a lot of good benefits that we often miss.
Yep. Yep. And it's a lot of stuff that like I just remember him always saying that if well, I remember when I got there, he's like, if in doubt, ask for help, ask somebody. And then if somebody's going to take something from you before you even get to put your hands on it or get to know it, just let them take it if it's gonna come back to benefit you because he's like, you don't even know what it's like to get a paycheck yet.
Mm,
You have no point of reference. He's like, you ain't ever been paid. He said, look, man, you got benefits and you got a direct deposit coming to you and you can afford this.
mm-hmm.
So like I was geeked about the 12.5. I was so hyped about that. And I remember my classmates being like, "Oh, I should have done it." Because a lot of them stuck around and did a fellowship or was still there.
Dang.
They were like,
Yeah.
"Damn, I wish I had done it." But once you know you get used to your check, you're not
Mhm.
gonna let nobody take it away from it.
Exactly.
So girl,
Yeah. But a
$25K.
huge plug for the automation.
Huge.
Like if you're not doing some sort of automated savings or investing, like stop everything and go do it now. Just
Yep.
set it on autopilot, even if you think that you got nothing to spare.
Yep. Yep. When I got to Emory, I remember again, I wasn't married, so I was like, Daddy, Daddy, what should I do now? He was like, the max. Take the max out before taxes. Take
Mm-hmm.
it out, max before tax. And you won't know the difference. You been broke. You ain't never been no full on doctor yet. And he was right. I ain't never been no full on doctor. So,
Mm-hmm.
hmm
I love it. I've had a couple of these moments, the sabbatical being, an accumulation of many, where I think that something has gone wrong or that I'm, being wronged in some way. And then things just come together, working on myself to not get so bent out of shape when it feels like things aren't going my way. Because, what has continued to happen is that I end up exactly where I'm supposed to be.
that part.
Now, I haven't actually gotten $25,000 richer yet, but you know, I'm believing in that same blessing for my future.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming your way. It's coming
Mhm.
your way. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Plans do come together sometimes.
yeah, that's a beautiful message.
Yep. Yep. Shout out to my daddy. My daddy. The MD stand for my daddy.
Yep, yep.
Yep. So always got some good advice. And shout out to the elders and to all of those people who, when you're young and you emerging as an adult who stand in the gap. Sometimes
Mm,
it's your daddy, sometimes it's your uncle, auntie, your cousin, your grandma, your grandpa, a mentor,
your big
a
sis.
big sister.
Mhm,
Yep.
mhm.
Yep. But that's a blessing.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Yep. All right, sis. Well, thank you for being an inspiration to all of us and making me want to be on a sabbatical.
Mhm, mhm. Do it.
Well, we appreciate y'all rocking with us and we look forward as we gallop toward the end of this season. We'll see what that end looks like because we don't really know yet.
Don't worry, y'all. We gonna figure it out.
We always do.
Yep.
Well, I have to go and see some patients, but I sure do love you, girl.
I love you too, sis. I'm glad one of us is working. I'll be back in the game soon, though.
You're working in a way.
Actually, that's true.
Mhm.
That's true. I am working on my connections and my presence. So yes,
Right.
and I plan to do that.
Rest is reparations.
Amen.
All right, boo.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
That wraps up this week's episode of the Human Doctor Podcast.
Special thanks to our favorite brother gastroenterologist, Dr. Chuma Obiname, for the beats. Shout out to the Dr. Ashley McMullen for editing and production.
Mad love to our podcast family at The Nocturnist and the Clinical Problem Solvers, our Med Twitter fam.
And especially shout out to all of you, our listeners.
Until next week, remember,
we see you and you are enough. Holla!